welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I have changed my position yet again. So please, I really want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Should I stick with this? I think it's kind of cute. I actually quite like this one. I'm not sure if I prefer it to the couch, but let me know which one you prefer in the comments. Thank you for coming back. If you have already watched my previous videos, and if it's your first time, I'm very grateful for whatever brought you to me. On today's episode, or in this video, we're going to be talking about pop culture moments. And we're going to be talking about them in the sense of where I was, what I thought about it, what I feel about it, because it is in fact my YouTube channel. So I can say whatever I want. So the first pop culture, or so it's not really necessarily pop culture, it's just things that have just happened in the last decade or so. So the oldest thing we have on the list is from 2009. So I'm pretty much going to talk about those things, how majority of the world saw it. So the first thing on the list is Michael Jackson's death in 2009. Michael Jackson is referred to as the king of pop, sold out stadiums. Michael Jackson, you know that video, remember that video of him being in his hotel and there was like a huge crowd outside because they found out that Michael Jackson was there. You know how videos of people fainting, screaming. Michael Jackson wasn't that to me. Like, okay. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but to me, I've gotten a lot of shit for saying this before. And I'm not even trying to be edgy, I swear. But like, I do enjoy a lot of his music, but to me, Michael Jackson is just like any other artist. Like, he was a very good artist though, and he sold out. He made the impact he made, yes. See, me, you can never ever catch me, even if I don't like a person. If I see somebody doing their thing, I'll say, that person is doing their thing. I'm not a hater like that. So I'll always say that Michael Jackson sold out countries, let's not even say, because what you want to say, stadiums. He sold out everything. Calm, I agree. He was everything that he was, and yeah, God rest his soul, but he was just a regular musician to me, man. Like, when he died and everybody was crying, I honestly thought something was wrong with me. Because, like, okay, yeah, that's sad. Obviously, it's like he passed. That's sad. It's a sad thing, but tears. It's a bit far. But yeah, don't bomb me at the stake for this. I love Michael Jackson's songs. And then there's also, we can't talk about Michael Jackson without talking about like Neverland and the stories of like the boys and all of that stuff. Me, there's no smoke without fire. And I always believe the victim. If people speak up about somebody, I would always believe them. I don't think, see, let me tell you something, going through being sexually assaulted, even as a child, is not something that you would even want to talk about as an adult. So why would people just gather and decide that, yes, this is the person that they want to talk about, and there's no smoke without fire. Side eye are Tiny and T.I. But people always used to say that at first it was like R. Kelly wasn't in prison, now he's in prison. And he did all those things. So what did you mean by he wasn't in prison before? I didn't want to get upset. But anyway, I just didn't really badun the guy like that. Okay, so we're still in 2009 and we're talking about Kanye West and Taylor Swift. LOL. You know, in 2009, everybody loved Kanye. He's born on the 8th of June and I'm born on the 9th. And I used to think that was really cool, you know. I could understand him, but I feel like as if what he's... 2009 was when cancel culture started. That was when the internet was like peaking, you know, Instagram like dawned in like probably like 2010, but like Twitter and everything was like a thing in 2009. Like that was when the internet was kind of catching on. And the internet made an example of Kanye. I feel like as if what he did was pretty messed up. Like, I mean, you never step in, like, you can't take someone's shine. Like, when it's someone's moment, you have to let people enjoy their moment. It's kind of like how I hate the concept of men proposing to women at their graduation or their wedding, or when Drake was talking about Rihanna being the most, like, nigga, can you just give me my award and dip? Like, what are you saying? Clearly, I have strong opinions about this, but I just feel like you shouldn't come in between somebody and them getting their flowers. So definitely what Kanye did was wrong. He was out of pocket. But if you're going to try and look at it from Kanye's perspective, I'm sure he didn't mean it that way. He probably was involved, then he was close to Jay-Z and he was involved with the process of... Let me tell you something, what Kanye did was very racist because he had probably seen all the work and everything that... I mean, black people can be racist, but you get what I mean. You've probably seen all the work that Beyonce had put in behind the scenes and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, what, this white girl? What? And that's probably why he said that, but that is not even an excuse. I mean, Taylor Swift has gone on to win Album of the Year how many times? And that was even MTV Awards, right? It wasn't even Grammys safe. So, I mean, that whole scenario was really messed up. But it was important for Kanye to learn that sometimes you just need to sit back down and just relax. Like, you don't have to. Your job was to present the awards. Nobody asked you. It was not your YouTube channel. So Chris Brown and Ariana were together. Everybody thought they were so cute. I mean, come on. When Chris Brown first of all came onto the scene, it was like, who is this cutie that can sing and he can dance? He can dance. Oh my goodness. And then he beats Rihanna. Do you know that? I just feel like as if there is no excuse for what he did. I don't care. I do not care. He beat her as in with his teeth. God, you guys are big. Yeah, I know, like, he can change, he can do better, but that nigga ain't changed. He did say Karuchi, right? There's a picture of him standing outside and looking at Karuchi like this after they had broken up. And she's clearly not making eye contact with him, but he's standing there and looking at her like, babe, that nigga is violent. He's wrong for that. That's why Chris Brown is not bigger than he is. There's no Chris Brown song that you've listened to that was not a hit, trust me. But why isn't he bigger than he is? I just feel like at the end of the day, you can no longer just be a shitty person. You actually have to do the work because you're out here hurting people. And for what? Like, you can be the greatest star in the world, but at the end of the day, you're still a person. So, I think people say, oh, your attitude doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. There are people that are arrogant, but they're still kind people. And they would never hurt you in that way. So you can miss me with that, to be very honest. I just feel like Chris Brown, he's the reason why the world hasn't forgiven him because the world can see that. And the reason why black women haven't forgiven him is because they can see that he hasn't changed. And yeah, that's my opinion on that. Instagram became popular in 2010. Instagram became popular in 2010, or Instagram became a downloadable app probably in 2010. I remember my first Instagram account. I opened it on my friend's iPad. Shout out to you, Ayamiko. Because I was like, Instagram. People are talking about Instagram. I don't know what Instagram is. So Ayamiko was the first person I followed on Instagram, obviously, for using her iPad. And then you couldn't load, come on. Do you think you could open multiple tabs? You had to log out, so log in. The vibes. The interface of Instagram was so, man, the way Instagram has emerged is so funny. So in 2010, I had just entered university, so I wasn't on Instagram then. I probably joined Instagram when I was in year 1, so that was probably in 2011. I entered the diploma, so I was in year 1 in 2011. So, probably 2011, yes. I joined Instagram in 2011. Wow, that's a long time. I've been on Instagram for 10 years. Sheesh. Okay. No, I didn't join Instagram 2011. I joined Instagram like 2012 or 2013. I'm actually not quite sure anymore. But whatever the case might be, I shall join Instagram, shall. And I loved when Instagram had that section where you could see so started following so. Because to be honest, I met some incredible people from there, you know. I think there's some people that I follow on Instagram since I've been on Instagram, and we just kind of became like low-key friends. Like happy birthday, congratulations and stuff like that. And I feel like there are people that have known about my existence on Instagram since I joined Instagram but will never follow me. But they always slip up and mistakenly like my pic. I've done that too, to be honest, so let me not even try to be shady. But then I feel like Instagram has really changed over the years. It's like you can now make money off Instagram. Like look at people selling things off Instagram. Like you can open a whole ass business and then you just be using your Instagram account to sell stuff, making mad bad. I think it's incredible, but I feel like as if unfortunately TikTok is taking over a bit. And I'm one of those people that I'm very not tech savvy. I just know how to call and text. My laptop, anything I need to do on my laptop, I Google it, let me not even lie. So it's like, this TikTok is beyond me. Even reels on Instagram. I don't have a reel on Instagram. I don't think so. And I just feel like as if Instagram is really getting left behind because of how monetized and how much Facebook is trying to cash in from the platform. But I mean, we'll see. I'm finally now killing it on Instagram, so I hope it lasts for a little bit more. The next thing we're talking about is Mohit splits. So first of all, Mohit splits was a mission for everybody. Motion to Mohit was a banger. I can't do. I feel like as if right off the bat, the first song that comes to mind when I think about Mohit is Bumper to Bumper. That album was crazy, and when they broke up, I always just wonder like, what was the band going to do? Oh, why could the band and John Dazzy are not going to make music together anymore? That is so crazy. But I mean, they've both gone on to do pretty well. I don't even want to talk about the band, but Don Jazzy has gone on to do pretty well for himself. Shout out to him. One Day as well. I mean, who else? K-Switch. I don't know if K-Switch is still in music, but when I think about Mohit, I kind of even mistaking Mavens for some of Mohit because I was about to talk about the Prince and Tiwa. Oh yes, the Prince too was in Mohit. The Prince created one of the most. I feel like Jonesy World is one of the best albums to ever come out of Nigeria. Quote me anywhere. Jonesy World is an incredible album. It is banger after banger after banger. No bad song. Shout out to that album, man. Like I listened to it recently. Like I actually listened to it and it's a banger. Listen to it and come back and tell me that I'm not saying the truth. Like they were also talented, so it was sad to see them break up, but it's good that they're like in a better place now where they're open to collaborate with each other and still give us hits. Like they've all obviously grown from everything and all the messiness that was, and it's good to see, you know. It's good to see. The next thing we're talking about is Solange and Jay-Z in their elevator beatdown. To be honest, when I watched that video, I was like, man. Do you know something? That video was actually very sad let me just say, from someone like Beyonce that is so protective of her personal life. That video must have been so annoying. Hey, you know, I mean, people think, it was a huge violation of their privacy. That is my honest opinion. And I'm not even the greatest Beyonce fan, but I'm saying that from like an honest point of view. It was a huge violation of their privacy. Like you said, gauge it. When you now heard the details of the scenario, is that something that you would have wanted the whole world to see? Especially for someone that is so private. I feel like some people were even excited that, yes, see, I'm down for always pretending like she's perfect. When did she pretend like she was perfect? She just literally does not show her personal life. So that must have been a huge blow. So annoying. Like I understand why she had to do like a whole Miss Carter tour and all of that. I mean, I'm sure Jay-Z has paid his dues, you know. You can't be the one telling anybody what to do in their marriage. Who are you to tell them to leave or stay, you know? But they've obviously moved on from that, and that's good for them. Very happy for them about that. But Solange is that bitch, yo. As in, anytime, any day, I will definitely want a Solange on my team. Okay. But I feel like I'm the Solange. Call me. I can be your Solange. I can actually be your Solange. Ask around. Ask my friends. I'll tell you. I can be your Solange. So in 2017, the Me Too movement swept Hollywood. So I was very glad when that happened, because if you haven't watched Hollywood on Netflix, you should watch it. The role that Jim Parsons played, I think he was Henry Wilson on the show, and he was an agent, like a booking agent. And you know, obviously back in the day, like how were you going to, like now there's Instagram for people to put out casting calls, and you can be in Lagos and know about a casting call wherever. But like you needed a booking agent, and the booking agent had to like you, and you had to look a certain way. And this man would literally make men, doesn't care if you're straight or not. And you can imagine how much, how messy, how nasty. And I feel like the horrible thing about sexual assault is that the perpetrators are often used to it. So to them, it's not that deep, you know? They don't realize the impact that they cause in your life, you know? They just think that, oh yeah, well, it's just another day in the office. But you're really ruining someone's life. People are spending thousands and thousands of dollars or naira or whatever currency that you earn in on therapy because of something that you did, something that probably would not even last. You just scar somebody, and I feel like it was about time. If you ask me, 2017 was even too late. You know, I hate that we live in a world where when somebody speaks that and says that they've been assaulted, the first thing you think about asking them is, oh, why didn't you? First of all, shut up. Like, I find that so annoying. I find it incredibly annoying. And it's okay or not that it's okay, but if in your past, if you're hearing a story, and the story seems like as if it's something that you've done in your past, and you're realizing that you did something bad, trying to blame the person that is telling their story doesn't change the fact that you did some fucked up shit, my nigga, or my sister. Because at the end of the day, you still did some shit. So like, I feel like it's very annoying that it had to be so many women speaking up about men and having to do recording. Which one is the one that I should be recording? I should carry it in camera. Are you normal? And I should put myself, because you think there's a camera there, you think the assault doesn't feel real? I don't understand. I just feel like as if people need to either, first of all, shut up. When you hear a story, resist the urge to just misyan. Because let me tell you something, nobody gains anything from saying that they were assaulted. Like, what can you possibly gain? He is the president of the United States of America. And she was 19 when she was working in the White House. So I'm trying to understand, how he would tell her, oh, hi lady, come on here, angel. What was she? Like, it's not even funny, because whichever way he said it, there's no way a 19-year-old would not feel like as if she even if she wanted it, even if she thought she wanted it. What are you even saying? It was his job as the adult to actually, how old was he when this thing happened? It was his job as the adult to know that what he was doing was wrong. First of all, as the married adult, as the president. Like, come on, man. If it was a woman that did that, imagine a woman was president and she was having an affair with her intern. I swear the luxury men have is so ridiculous, and I want to know how that audacity that they share to them when they're born. I want some of it, because you're out here just moving reckless and you don't know that you're actually ruining people's lives. I feel like the Me Too movement came a little too late, if you ask me, and I feel like as if they've not even gotten their pound of flesh. Like, R. Kelly needs to rot in prison. Please, I don't want to talk about surviving R. Kelly because I'll get very, very upset. First of all, if you still listen to R. Kelly, you're an up. Yes, I said it. If I'm ever in your car and you're listening to R. Kelly and I want to change the music because I'm going to change the music, and you tell me not to change the music, I'm going to come down from your car because you're an up. How can he be? He was pissing on underage girls. You guys used to say, oh, they haven't arrested R. Kelly. Now they've arrested him. Some of you are saying they should free R. Kelly. Oh, don't cancel the man. Don't cancel his music. Anyway, R. Kelly needs to remain in jail. Quite frankly, he doesn't need to come out. They need to swallow the key. And it's good that they were brushing him when he went to prison. He just, how can he have had a song that was titled Age Ain't Nothing But a Number? You don't even know the things that he did that we don't even know about. Look at the things that we know and look at how horrible they are. I feel like every time they say, oh, imagine if it was your sister. I was even about to say that, like, imagine if it was your sister or your mom. But why do you have to imagine that it was somebody or somebody they're related to? It was just a person. What on earth do you think can be the reason why you do that to somebody? Ugh. Listen to your Kelly and up. You need to get your life together. So the next thing we're talking about is Meghan Markle saying I do to Prince Harry. Man, I beg DJ as Meghan and Harry. Sorry. It's hard to. Man, to be honest, I feel like as if Meghan Markle didn't know what she was up against, man. Well, marriage is funny, man. Marriage, you know when they say it shock you? He shocked me, oh. He shocked her. He shocked everybody, you know? And the permanence of it all makes you realize that you either sink or you swim. So I honestly believe that Meghan found her prince, so because, like, I mean, what Harry is doing, I mean, is what he should do. But when you think about the British royal family and their history, and how this queen has seen how many presidents and how many prime ministers and all of that, and you know how much they guard their monarchy to their chest for him to do what he's doing. Like, look at his older brother, for real. He got a lot of guts, and also shows that, like, the love and the friendship and the bond that him and Meghan, to be honest, everything just shows that Meghan and Harry looked out with each other because they actually do love each other through and through, you know. I want to see them do well, man. I think it's really, really fucked up that a royal family member was watching about the skin color of the baby. And that baby's now like white as hell. I don't have a headache. I'm just like rubbing my temple because my producer just asked me to talk about the end of Game of Thrones. How did it end again? Khaleesi burned down King's Landing, even when Cersei was surrendering. She could hear the bells, but she still. Tyrion was freaked out. I remember it. Yeah. Cersei and Jaime held each other and they died at the bottom of one of the buildings in King's Landing. Jon Snow now killed Khaleesi. Then, okay, we found out that Jon was a Targaryen for nothing the whole time because they banished him, or he went back to the wall. Did he go back to the wall? I don't even know what he went back to. He went back to the Night's Watch, and then Bran became king. To be honest, all that pee was awkward. If I was going to think of any Stark sibling becoming king or queen, I would have thought it would have been Sansa to become queen. But I guess Bran, sure. Arya, I guess, just probably going to live on her life. Game of Thrones ending was really shitty, man. the build-up, to be honest, I feel like as if Game of Thrones was, they didn't realize how big they were until the whole world was like, oh my goodness. And then they just freaked out and they just fumbled it, if you ask me. I would definitely, now if you're wondering if I'll watch the prequel that is coming out, 100,000 million gazillion percent I'm going to watch it. Because I wanted to see more of Khal Drogo and Khaleesi. They were so cute. I don't like how he died so quickly because of that witch that was a hating asshole. So yeah, I'll definitely watch it again. Watch the prequel. And I will rewatch Game of Thrones, but I'll stop at just before the last episode. So that brings us to the end of this video. If there's any pop culture moment you think that I missed, let me know in the comments. I definitely want to talk about it. I don't think, not necessarily pop culture moment, but any relevant moment that happened or something that happened on Instagram that you want me to talk about. Let me know. I feel like I like sharing my opinions because I never really do. So it should be fun. And let me know what you think about the ones I shared too. Like, which one are you thinking, is this big for real? And which one made you want to almost unsubscribe, but you didn't? Because now I'm about to beg you to like, share, and subscribe. Let your friends know that there's one girl somewhere that is putting her best foot forward to put content on YouTube for you guys to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you again soon.